Good evening, everyone. I'm Lester Duhé. We begin with the latest on that crash just outside of Zachary this afternoon that left 6 people injured. We're told 4 of them are in critical condition tonight. The crash happened on Reams Road between Piers and Anderson Road at around 3:30. Good evening and thanks for staying up late with us. I'm Lester Duhé. We begin tonight with the latest on the search for 2 teens charged with first-degree murder that escaped from the East Baton Rouge Juvenile Detention Center last night. It's the second breakout from that very facility in less than 2 weeks, as officials are now scrambling to find the teens who are considered armed and dangerous. Our Miranda Thomas has more on all of this. We have a lot to cover today, but we want to start with your forecast here at 4 as we take a live look outside with our Sky 9 camera. This is pretty hard to believe, but Baton Rouge has officially hit 100 degrees for the first time since August of 2015. Meteorologist Jared Silverman joins us now. Jared, quite the record-breaking day in the world of weather, huh?
Yeah.
So many things across our country have been impacted by inflation, and a local theater organization is not immune either, as they're now asking for support from the community to try and help keep the stage lights on. After a pretty hot weekend, it appears things could stay that way as we head into Monday and for the rest of your week. Let's get on over to Jeff Moore with a first look at your forecast. Jeff, hot weather is returning, huh?
Yeah.
Just days after a bright young baseball player was killed in a car crash, the community is stepping up to try and help the people he's leaving behind. Our Josh Bowering reports from Central, where folks are coming together to remember Caleb Easterling. Tomorrow, our LSU Tigers look to finish strong as we're headed for Game 3 in the College World Series Finals. We've got team coverage tonight. Our Jock Duhé and Perry Robinson are standing by live in Omaha. Our Josh Bowering is in the Alert Center with a reaction from fans here at home. But we want to start things off with our Jock Duhé with more on how the Tigers move forward after today's loss. Jock. Early voting is already underway ahead of the November 18th election, and while many have their eyes on the runoff for Secretary of State, Attorney General, Treasurer, or other races, you'll also have your say on 4 state constitutional amendments. You may want to look outside tonight as the last full moon of the year will peek over the horizon. December's full moon, which is sometimes called a cold moon, will actually light up the night sky until Wednesday, with the moon reaching its maximum fullness tomorrow evening. Folks in the Baton Rouge area got a chance to enjoy trying different types of beer, all for a good cause, at the Cap City Beer Fest today. The annual event includes unlimited tastings of local and international beers. We're learning new details tonight on what led up to a 2-vehicle crash in Port Allen that left a 9-year-old girl dead. The crash happened on LA 415 at LA 986 in West Baton Rouge Parish. And across the river, the death of 2 teenagers during a police chase almost a year ago is prompting some new changes for the Addis Police Department. Our Gabriella Mercurio is in the Alert Center with more on what's being done. Gabriella. So there have been 61 homicides so far this year in East Baton Rouge Parish. That's according to the coroner's office. And one group is looking to spread their Stop the Violence message through music. Our Josh Bowering joins us now to explain. Josh. We are just days away from the official start of winter, and several groups spent today helping the homeless and less fortunate right here in our community. So not many changes in the world of weather for the first week of classes, with record-breaking heat and not much relief in sight. Chief Meteorologist Jay Grimes joins us tonight. And Jay, we just can't seem to catch a break, huh? Today was the first Sunday Mass and A-Meet since the passing of Reverend Mark Beard. Beard died in a car crash last Wednesday, and today's service at St. Helena Catholic Church was in memory of him. Take a listen to a part of the homily. Troopers arrested 49-year-old William Cokes on multiple charges, including vehicular homicide, first-degree vehicular negligent injuring, reckless operation of a vehicle, and many more. Troopers say Cokes was driving a Dodge truck when he swerved into oncoming traffic and crashed head-on into Easterling, who was not wearing a seatbelt at the time. Crews rushed Easterling to a hospital where he later died. Troopers believe Cokes was impaired at the time, which led to this arrest. They say he will be booked into the Livingston Parish Detention Center once he gets out of the hospital. So imagine living in a $300,000 home in a new neighborhood and your power goes out time and time again. That's a story for some folks who live in Gonzales, and they're simply fed up with it all. Our Elise Corville has more on their frustrations. Elise. The clock is ticking for a historic strike vote that would involve thousands of UPS workers nationwide. The negotiations between UPS and Teamsters have yet to reach a deal as the current contract expires on July 31st. Shelly Molaski has the latest. And fans are already starting to get ready here in Baton Rouge. Our Perry Robinson joins us live from Ivar Sports Bar. Perry, how's it looking out there so far? So many of you are probably trying to avoid doing yard work lately with these high temperatures. Our Joshua Bowering has some tips to maybe help keep your yard alive through this extreme heat. Josh. Students in West Baton Rouge Parish can expect to see more law enforcement officers on campus tomorrow following Friday night's deadly shooting during halftime of a football game at Port Allen High School. Today, leaders with the school system announced students will be greeted by additional police officers and trauma response teams. Today, Baton Rouge police arrested one of their own. An officer allegedly sped through a red light and hit and killed someone while trying to help out her fellow brothers and sisters in blue. Officer Charmaine Buckley is now facing a long list of charges, including negligent homicide. Our Perry Robinson spoke to the district attorney and explains why his office decided to press charges towards the officer. The summer break is basically over for most of your kids, and one study says getting the right school supplies could set your child up for success.
Some kids having the things that they need and you're not having all the things that you need. It's embarrassing for kids.
We know you're tired of hearing about records being broken when it comes to this heat. Hey, we are too. So could we see any relief this week? Jay.
101 today. Looks like we'll do it again tomorrow. Excessive heat warning posted for your Monday with the heat index 110 to 115 during the afternoon.
And what on earth is going on in Alabama? This brawl going viral for all the wrong reasons, landing a lot of folks behind bars tonight.
Now, from Louisiana's News Channel, this is 9 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Lester Duhé. Classes begin this week for most K-12 students across our area. You've seen all the school supply drives, free haircuts, and giveaways recently, but getting these crucial supplies for your kids can apparently have a big impact in the classroom. Our Josh Bowering is here to explain how. Josh. We could all learn a lesson or two from this young girl. She's already beat cancer, but now she's thinking about her friends who are still battling the awful disease.
We want to be there for other kids that are going through this and their family.
As we close out your weekend, get ready for even more heat this week. Jeff.
We get a small break from the humidity for the first few days of the work week, but it's right back with us as we end the week. I'll talk about what that means for your feels like temperatures.
And how hot is too hot? Well, you can't walk a mile in these shoes anymore.
Now, from Louisiana's News Channel, this is 9 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Lester Duhé. How about some good news to start us off tonight? After beating a rare form of cancer, a local 3-year-old is now working to help others her age do the exact same thing. Our Josh Bowering shows us how. As we close out your weekend, we could see a good bit of rain as we head into Monday. Jeff.
Localized heavy downpours a possibility for the first half of the work week ahead. 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches of rain on average, but higher amounts remain possible.
Plus, these folks believe music could be a way to stop the violence here in Baton Rouge.
You need to be on his side because there's too much is going on that you'll be left behind. So I just thank God.
Our star LSU Tigers hear their names called first at the MLB draft. And later, are you single and ready to mingle? And would you use a dating app that uses artificial intelligence?
Now, from Louisiana's News Channel, this is 9 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Lester Duhé. You may have had to dodge a few showers at some point today, and your work week will begin with the possibility of more rain and heat. Let's start things off tonight with Jeff Morrow, who has a look at your forecast. Jeff.
Right.